Please welcome to the ice, Iowa State University. Welcome out to the ice, your University of Utah Skate Utes. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Salt Lake City Sports Complex here on the campus of the University of Utah for this evening's ACHA Division I matchup featuring Iowa State University and your University of Utah Skate Utes. Starting lineup for this evening, first for Iowa State. At left defense, number 41, Andrew Fanny. Right defense, number 90, Alexander Robinson. Left wing, number 28, Everett Bestland. Center, number 5, Stuart Person. Right wing, number 18, Michael McCorin. And in goal, number 35, Harrison Moen. Starting lineup for your University of Utah Skate Utes. At left defense, number 5, Dylan Dix. Right defense, number 4, Cole Music. Left wing, number 29, Benjamin McKell. At center, number 11, Jay Lankusik. Right wing, number 6, Logan Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, number 5, Dylan Dix. 105 games played, 21 goals, 42 assists, and a whopping 314 penalty minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, number 6, Logan Jackson. 60 games played, 7 goals, 13 assists, 24 penalty minutes. Next up on our list, number 11, Jay Lankusik. 93 games, 66 goals, 63 assists, 55 penalty minutes. And last but definitely not least, number 29, Mikael Benjamin. 72 games, 25 goals, 32 assists, and 75 penalty minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, your class of 2023-2024, their families, we appreciate each and every one of you. The sacrifices you guys have made for this team, for this family, we appreciate each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you kindly rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, big round of applause for your senior class.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Utah Hockey Broadcast Channel. This is your play-by-play voice, Patrick McGann, alongside my partner, Ellis Beacom, and we're here live in Salt Lake City, bringing you live coverage between the University of Utah and Iowa State University. It's game 2 of 2 in Salt Lake City, and the swan song of the season on home ice for the Utes and in general for their regular season. It's the last game of the season here, and Utah's looking to close it out with a win.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself, Patrick. Coming off of a great game yesterday as well, and they really got all things firing on all cylinders towards the end of the game. It took that first 2 periods to really synergize and get things going. That third period, they put the panhandle on them, and they looked about as good as we've seen them. So it's set to be a really exciting matchup tonight, and I personally can't wait for this one to get started.
Absolutely. We got the pride of Utah, the Utah marching band in the stands tonight, and they are loud and they're proud. Oh my goodness, it's fantastic. Makes me feel like I'm at an NCAA hockey contest somewhere in the Midwest.
In here back-to-back nights, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a absolutely fantastic environment here tonight, as good as it's been all season long, and not a better time for it as you want to close out your season with a win. In Utah, coming into this contest ranked number 12 in the nation, looking to close out the season with the victory, and with that ensure their positioning at the ACHA National Tournament in St. Louis in a few weeks' time, and that would be a historic appearance for this team, the first time they do it as an M1 program. So obviously, a lot at stake tonight for the Utes, and coming off a big victory against this team last night, 5-2, Iowa State. But what a game last night it was, and tonight, very excited. And these Utes they're fired up, you can tell.
And how good would it feel for these guys?
Here we go, hockey fans, make some noise for your boys. Here we go.
Yeah, for a lot of the players on the ice, it's their last game. In fact, all the 5 seniors are getting the start tonight as the referee gets ready to drop the puck here in Salt Lake. And with that, the puck is dropped on a clean sheet of ice here in Salt Lake City. We're underway from 4,500 feet in the Rockies in Salt Lake City. Iowa State controls immediately, and it's then kicked out by the Utes. Michael skates that one down, forces a scrum. Nelson kicks it away for Iowa State, and Bestland is able to flip it out. Usyk dumps it in. Utah will get their first change. Michael playing the body there, then it's eventually pickpocketed by Iowa State. That was Franey. Landon Kusik's getting it at the blue line. Nelson pressuring him, fires a wrister, and it's blocked. Specifically, that was Mulcairn, and he's going to skate it forward and pass it over to Bestland. Back over to Mulcairn, who fires a shot, and he fanned on it, didn't get all of it, and Greilich will easily cover that up and force the first whistle of the contest. Iowa State pushed to 500 on the season last night, their 10th loss of the season, and this is a big game for them as they are on the outside looking in, coming into this weekend ranked 23. That will not qualify you for nationals. Typically the top 18 teams go, depending on where the auto bids go. So for Iowa State, a win tonight would be huge for them. The loss will obviously hurt them a little bit last night, but still a chance tonight. Sonegal fires a shot, rebounds loose, Kraft, nice backhand shot, and a save by Moen.
What a save by Moen on the rebound.
Musa get the point, fires a shot, it's deflected a couple of times before heading to the opposite side. Kraft forces his man along the boards there, but it's kicked away by the Cyclones. Iowa State will skate it in. It'll be Schwab for Utah. Trying to get the puck out, he does so. Gets it to Kraft. But Iowa State will take it over. Vandenstein trying to get it in. Utah is unable. Iowa State unable to get it in, rather. Urtis peels back. Stick
nice
handles.
Space here.
Gets it to Music, and that.
What a job keeping it in the zone.
And that is offside. It just barely did come out. So
bite my tongue there.
Just barely, and we'll get a face-off.
Looked like it might have squeaked across the lineup from up here, and that's why I was saying what a job keeping it in the zone to keep the drive alive, but obviously spoken too soon.
Slater is going to win the faceoff for Utah. Logan Jackson, one of those 5 seniors, sends it into the zone. Lynch for Iowa State. And now it eventually slides out. Noonan plays up against the wall, and then it's taken away by the Cyclones. They're going to skate it in. Kazmierczak with some space, fires a wrister, and Greilich makes the save. Iowa State coming into this series playing a lot of road games, kind of the opposite of Utah. Utah playing a lot of road games in the fall, playing a lot of home games in the spring here, and for Iowa State playing a lot of road games. They were at University of Illinois where they swept the Illini on February 9th and 10th, so last weekend. Their travels took them to Ohio where they lost 2 to the Bobcats, but that's a talented team, one of the top teams at the ACHA M1 level. They are contenders every single year, University of Ohio. Face-off won by the Cyclones. They have some space in front, backhand shot, and Greilich once again makes the save.
And again, we're seeing a similar theme to what we saw last night with these quick possessions. I think Greilich doing a great job covering up and stopping it before they can really get a coordinated plan going, passing it around the horn. So I think until Utah can get it out of their own zone, they're happy with this game plan. It's working so far.
And for Utah, their last 6 before last night, 500 for them. 3 wins, 3 losses, all against ASU, UNLV, Central, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma. Carter will skate with it on the Utah side, trying to find Langenbrunner. Langenbrunner wins the puck and slides it out. Kazmierczak back to Nelson. Long stretch pass intended for the stick of Robinson is off the mark, which will force an icing against Iowa State. I mean, last night, for the most part, Ellis, it was a close game until the third period where Utah was able to break it open. So for the Utes, it's kind of just finding a way to outplay this team early and not let them back in it.
Yeah,
not take themselves that hole.
It was never out of reach until those final minutes for the Cyclones. I mean, the second Utah would put up a goal, they put up one back.
Right.
Got back on the score column, and then Utah doubled down on that tally, and I'm sure they're looking to repeat that effort from yesterday, especially on a night like tonight.
Absolutely, and you have the 5 seniors leaving, which we'll talk about on the broadcast. Very talented players that will be key losses for Utah. As John Music trying to fire a one-timer, can't quite cradle the bouncing puck on a stick. He'll get an opportunity to dump that one back in. Yeah, these seniors were part of getting this team to where it is today. A contender at Nationals now, and
a big part of the reason they are where they are, heart and soul of this team. I mean, when you think about it, they've seen just about everything that everyone else on the ice has seen. You know, they've been there and they've done that, and their experience shows.
Right. I mean, players like Chelan Akusik, Dylan Dix, Logan Jackson,
Cole Music as well.
Yep, Cole Music.
That whole starting line.
That's right. All the seniors getting the start today, and that's gloved up. Oh, it'll actually be played by Moen. Bestlin will dump it in for the Cyclones. Bisson first man in for Utah. Puck's played towards the point, and eventually it is knocked out by Gebhardt. Gebhardt with some speed, skates it in, fires a shot, and a good save by Moen. And you see the starting lineup, it's all the seniors, and you see coaches do that. But honestly, with that starting lineup being all seniors, that's also a legitimate starting lineup right there, because all the seniors are players on this team that are key performers, key players. And
some of the biggest producers for the squad.
Right.
And I'm sure coaches happy to see the most experienced possible group out there on the ice.
Right, right. Yeah, a lot of experience between those 5 seniors. But the talent in on the upswing, the talent coming in is on the upswing, rather. Bringing in a lot of talented players this year.
And one of the huge benefits of having such good senior talent that works its way up is grooming some of those younger guys into the players and the people that they want to be for Utah hockey. It's a hugely important process, and when you have great guys that you can look up to and can teach you the ins and the outs, it makes a huge difference for the development of some of these younger players.
Yeah, Besselin fires a shot there. It's gloved up by Grolic, but that's right. I mean, these seniors have been bringing in these, younger players and bringing them in and getting them experience and showing them how the game's played and on and off the ice. So, these younger players learn from that, and it'll be interesting to see who are the emerging leaders next year. Be curious.
Who's in the captain conversation?
Yeah, Michael Urtis for sure is in conversation there. Great leader, great player as well.
Plays with the heart of the team on his shoulder.
That's right.
That's for sure.
But yeah, Dylan Dix, his first season was actually my first season here as well, so I've seen him mature into the player he is today, and he is unbelievable.
He's a game changer.
Yeah, I mean,
circle his number every time he's on the ice.
They announced his penalty minutes during the senior night celebration. It was 300 and something. And
314 penalty minutes over the last, however, how many years has it been?
Four seasons, 5 years.
Yeah.
After the COVID year, the skip, but so now it'll be Iowa State trying to take that one in. It was Kovrick, been taken away by Senegal. Cyclones eventually get possession again, and they'll skate it back in. It's Eaton, has a shot. He had a goal last night, was eventually called off due to offsides. There's another shot towards the net, looking for the one-timer on the doorstep.
Dangerous opportunity that was there.
Eaton once more fires a wrister, and Greilich makes the save. Pretty even match so far between the two teams.
I couldn't agree more myself. I will say that the pace of play feeling a little bit different tonight. We're getting a few more stoppages, not as many offensive opportunities, more fighting for the puck rather than fighting to keep possession. And yeah, we'll have to see how this one shapes up. It's been an awesome start so far.
Iowa State, they know they're on the brink, so expect their best effort tonight. Music skates it in across the line, fires a wrister, and this time Moen will cover it up and force a whistle.
Yeah, they're certain to leave it all out there, 100%, trying to fight for that. Again, like you said, on the outside looking in, they're window shopping, and I'm sure they want it just as bad as every Utah skater out there.
That's right.
So they're going to put it all, everything that they got in the tank on the ice.
And for Utah, it's, a loss tonight would likely not hurt them. I don't think it would keep them out of nationals. You can never be too sure, as there's a shot from the point deflected by the stick of Moen.
But obviously you never want to get complacent,
right?
Especially with momentum. When Uncle Mo's on your side going into the playoffs, that is a dangerous thing.
That's right.
So I'm sure Utah is looking to string as many wins as they can together before.
And Utah's looking at, in back-to-back weeks, wins over top 10 teams, UNLV and Central Oklahoma. That does wonders for your confidence.
Huge, yeah.
So Michael picks up that.
You can hang with the big dogs.
Right, exactly. That's basically what this team has proved to themselves and the league, is there's now a penalty being called. Slack.
And yeah, confidence will completely change the way you play out on the ice. It'll change your body language, it'll change everything about you, change your mental capacity, and it really can be one of the biggest difference makers out there, is a player being in their head and being in the right mindset.
That's right. And yeah, for Utah, there's momentum you can gain with the sweep this weekend, and then there's also the confidence that you built from back-to-back weekends with the victory over those top 10 teams. And so
over stout competition, sharp competition.
Oh yeah, and winning at Central Oklahoma is no easy feat. You beat UNLV on home ice. I'm not saying that's a given.
It's always a disadvantage to be playing on the road.
Right, and this team is, struggle on the road at times, but to beat UCO last week was huge, especially on a Thursday night, not a typical night you'd be playing in the ACHA and on a long road trip. So there's a shot fired from Kovrick. It's just wide. 15 seconds already expired on this power play here for Iowa State. Utah was pretty disciplined last night. For the most part, did a good job staying out of the box. Going to have to do that once more again tonight. Kovrick skating it in.
And I think that was one of the Achilles heel moments for the Cyclones last night, was stacking up as many penalties as they did, especially towards the end of that game. The discipline really started falling off the hinges. And I think that was, along with that discipline, their hopes of being competitive in that one started to fall away.
Right. So now to be skated in by those Cyclones, it's Fanenstein on the far side. Fires a pass that I guess was redeflected and then sent the full length by the Utes to burn some more time on this power play for Iowa State. 50 seconds remaining for the Cyclones.
And obviously, while they're out there, we might as well mention it. One of the Skaten Utes' biggest strengths is their penalty kill unit, with that penalty kill percentage sitting at just a tick under 80.5%, which is pretty ludicrous when you are thinking about not giving up a goal 8 of 10 times here at a disadvantage.
And that pops off, and face-off will stay in the zone. But not a bad kill percentage there for Utah, and really, if you can kill penalty, if you can have a good special teams unit, that is also indicative of a good hockey team. You know, you don't see the teams in the basement of the league having, you know, consistent special teams performance.
Yeah, exactly.
As Iowa State wins that draw with 18 seconds remaining on their power play. It's Everett Bestland skating with it, and it's taken away by Music, who's hit after the play. Pearson sends a puck towards the net. It's bouncing around, and good defense there from the captain, Dylan Dix, to ensure that no shot comes of that.
Utah back to full strength. And a good stop by Grealick.
And yeah, that was a nice save. And after the whistle, we've got some punches being thrown. We saw this towards the end of the game last night, and I guess these two teams are getting more well acquainted with each other and feel the need to
showing each other hockey etiquette.
Yeah, that's right. And
are we going to 3:16?
It looks like, yeah.
It looks that way.
Only fitting for Mr. Dylan Dix to add 2 more penalty minutes to his record on senior night.
An impressive resume.
He's called for a rough, and not quite sure why you get a rough from the Utes there and one not called on Iowa State. I mean, I saw punches being thrown both ways, but
it's usually how it is. People don't randomly throw punches.
Yeah, either way, regardless, we'll have another power play here for Iowa State as Utah just immediately killed one of those power plays for ISU. So another golden opportunity for the Cyclones to get on the board first. It's Pearson at the point. Skating with it, and a nice poke check from Michael Urtis, who's going to get on his horse here and chase this puck down, and that's Bestland shielding him from that puck, but a good sequence there from Urtis, and there will be a penalty called against Iowa State, a very clear interference penalty. Number 18, Michael Mulcairn, is going to the box. 2 minutes for interference. I mean, that is as clear as it gets right there. He's not happy with the call, but he hits Michael Urtis well behind the play, and he'll take a seat, and Iowa State call for their first penalty of the contest.
Well, you're never going to like it if you're getting thrown in the box. It's never the right answer, right?
You go back and look at that, even Iowa State, their coaching staff, their players, that is textbook interference.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, being hit.
It's on the tape.
Right.
And, you know, we're still not even halfway through this first period.
Right.
But so far, that's been one of the biggest differences we've seen tonight. Already 2 penalties for Utah and just the one for Iowa State. And they've been playing very disciplined to this point.
There's a shot from the point. It's patted away by Moen. That shot came from the stick of Jackson, who just fired a pass to Slater. Slater backhand pass into the far side corner. Centering pass is pickpocketed by Kovrick, but good pressure from Landon Langenbrunner to force him back deeper into his own zone, doing a really good job forcing pressure and then allowing Jackson to come in and steal that puck. Excellent
what a
play
pesky job
by Landon Langenbrunner. Larilla fires a shot at the point, looking for a tip, was just off the mark. Slater to Larilla. Larilla back down to Langenbrunner. Backhand pass to Slater, who skates it around behind the net. Over to Langenbrunner for the one-timer, and he tried to find Larilla on the doorstep, and it was just broken up, but the right idea for the Utes. We're skating 4-on-4 for the next 40 seconds here. There's a shot and a good save by Moen, and what an encouraging sequence there from the home side.
Yeah, I would say that was the best drive of the game that we've seen so far, and obviously coming with partially that advantage until the power play, or until the penalty that Iowa State took, but that's textbook, getting it around from each person that's on the ice and keeping it in the offensive zone.
Off the face-off, the puck went Moen's way. He sticks it away. Iowa State will get that puck out. They dump it in. And now the puck will slide all the way down. That'll be Fanenstein skating with it behind his own net. Urtis with some pressure on him there. Kazmierczak skates it across the blue line, trying to find Fanenstein. Passes outside of his reach. Schwartz skating with it. He's pinned up along the boards. Dylan Dix out of the box. And Utah is now on the power play for 25 seconds. And it looks like they'll dump it in and get a change. They may not get an attack in these next 15 seconds on this power play. Cyclones dump it in. Logan Jackson in front of his own bench. Skates it in. Fires a shot, and out of the box is Mulcairn. So we will skate 5 aside once more. 9 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first period. Utah out shooting Iowa State 11-7 thus far.
And I think that the last few minutes that we've seen, especially on the offensive side of the puck, been an encouraging sign from Utah. They've been really maintaining possession a lot better and getting shots on net that are dangerous.
Right.
A couple opportunities there that looked really good.
Music a slap shot, good blocker save, rebounds loose, and it's blocked. Specifically, that looked like it was James Millens on the block for Iowa State, but a good crashing the net sequence there for Utah to follow up the rebound with a slap shot. That puck's taken away, and there will be a penalty called against Cole Music for a cross check. So not quite the same circumstances as last night. A lot more penalties being called.
Yeah, it's almost a flip circumstance, I would say. And they've done a good job killing the penalties so far. It looks like a man for Iowa State going to the box as well.
Yeah, for a hold. So it looks like we'll go back to 4-on-4 here. I didn't see the initial call there on Iowa State, but
some more almost overtime hockey.
4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. The seniors getting their money's worth. They want to spend some time in that penalty box before they can't do it anymore.
Savor it. Get the aroma in there.
Cole Music, of course, one of those seniors. Defenseman for the Utes. So we'll have some extra ice to skate with here on the Olympic sheet for Iowa State and Utah. Landon skating the puck down on the far side. Pearson's trying to push him off the puck. Landon does a good job winning it and making sure he gets it over to Dix. Landon opts to just dump this one in. His line mate Slater trying to chase it down. But ISU is able to slap it out of the zone. Dix with Pearson pressing hard on his back there. Dix still skating with it, he brings it in. Sends it towards the middle, nobody home. And now it'll be Pearson skating it out for Iowa State. Peels back, waiting for some reinforcements. Sends it to the point for Nelson. Fanenstein in to help. Slater takes it away, trying to stop on a dime and take the puck away, but pressure there from Mulcairn. He's able to get that puck into ISU hands. There's a play in front, and a good save there by Greilich on the awkward broken play there. Nelson fires a shot, it's wide. Fanenstein over to Kovaric. Arilla pressuring Kovaric there. Ryan Nelson centering pass to Kovaric. He drops it off for Fanenstein. Back to Nelson.
Encouraging possession here from ISU and right on cue, right?
But a good job for Utah to not even allow ISU to get a shot off. Landon Kusick making a move. There's a shot behind the play from Carter. Langenbrunner skating with it. Now the 4-on-4 expires. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Kovrig skating it in, trying to make a move, and it's slapped away by Music, who recently just returned from the penalty box. Light skates it in with stride. Fires a shot just wide. Rebounds bouncing around behind the net, and it's taken over by Franey. Whistle blows, and we'll have a stoppage.
And that Salt Lake County Sports Complex side glass on display there. That's a Skating Utes trademark. Tough for other teams to really notice the adjustment that you have to make. That glass is significantly shorter along the sides.
Right.
Constant cause of stoppages.
Even
for
with
the opposing teams.
I think NHL-style glass is even taller than the glass behind the net, where it's typically taller because of all the shots being fired in the area, of course.
And so you can dunk it down and clear the puck out of your own zone.
Now to be Ethan Light. He skates it across the blue line, fires a wrist shot. It's sticked away as Moen got a piece of his stick on that. Puck heads to the middle. There's a backhand shot fired by Michael. Michael skating with it at the line, trying to get a shot off, but unable to get through the slot area. And once again, the short glass is the cause of another whistle here.
It's the usual suspect.
I can't imagine how many delay of game penalties we'd have if they were called. You know, the defenseman dumping the puck out of play from the defensive zone is a penalty in the NHL, of course, but
that'd be a game changer for sure. There'd be too many, let me put it like that.
Right, and even for the home team. There's a shot, good save by Moen. Rebound was coughed up, but Iowa State was able to kick it to the outside. Ooh. Now here they come into the zone. This is Carroll, and a good play by Dix to break up Carroll's chance there as Light sends it over to Langenbrunner, who dishes it back to Light. Light with some head fakes at the goal line behind the net. To the point. Utah just opts to dump it in and try and find a shooting lane elsewhere. Light at the goal line, fires a shot, it's deflected.
Dix wanted keeps it top shelf there.
And eventually Iowa State clears it out. 5 minutes to go in the first. No goals for either side. Plenty of chances for Utah. Those are looking much better as we settle into this contest. And with that, there will be an icing called against Utah. Face-off will come to their own end. Utah, 12 wins, 10 losses, 5 ties on the year. Ties being games that required overtime or shootout. ACHA does not recognize post-regulation results. They just call the game a tie in their ranking system.
Yeah, and Utah 5-4-1 in their last 10. Very similar to ISU, 5-5 in their last 10. So both of these guys playing at about the same level of heat right now.
And Iowa State,
put it like that.
Iowa State playing their fair share of top 25 opponents as well. If you're around 500 and you're in the top 25, it just tells me that you're playing tough teams.
The stats speak for itself there. The record speaks for itself.
Right, because you might say, oh, they're close to 500, they shouldn't even be in the top 25, but at strength of schedule,
you got to look at their plan.
A couple of hits behind the Utah net, and we will have a penalty. It'll be a cross check, and Utah will once again be forced to kill. This time it will be Bisson to the box for that cross check.
Here in this first period already. Doubles the total we had last night.
I absolutely love the pep band being here. I wish this was every game. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it is a luxury.
That's what college hockey is. You don't have that in the NHL. There's not a marching band that gets to play, but in college hockey,
it just adds to that atmosphere. Yeah,
absolutely.
Makes it a more entertaining environment, more electric environment.
I mean, some of the best environments I've been in And hockey in general is just, college hockey games with the band
blaring in the background.
And you got the fans loud in an intimate environment, very close. You're not in these big palaces like you see in the NHL. You've got these small environments that are kind of quirky like baseball stadiums. They're all different. They're not all kind of similar. Like the NHL stadiums are all kind of similar in a way.
They're rinks, yeah.
Right. They're big arenas.
Multi-purpose arenas, yeah.
Here the environments are more intimate, and you've got a great atmosphere at the college games, between ACHA and NCAA. Nelson at the point, sends it across. There's a shot fired.
Didn't miss by much.
Yeah, just wide from Mulkerrin. As Iowa State trying to get their first lead of the series. They skated in. It's Nelson, fires a shot, hits the skate of Jackson, and deflects to the opposite side. Jackson trying to make a move, but it's turned over. Oh my goodness, a bouncing puck hits Cole Music's skate, and then Greilich grabs that one after.
Silent bounce there, bouncing the wrong way.
Could have been a ugly result there. Broken play. 48 seconds remaining on this power play for Iowa State.
I was just going to mention the fact that Utah's PK unit is making it look like they're not entirely a man down. They've been really given an ugly hand tonight, and they've been dealing with it with a chip on their shoulder.
So Iowa State trying to set up on their power play. There's a one-timer from the stick of Eaton, and it's just wide. As Iowa State really trying to find those shooting lanes and those one-timers, you can tell here. Utah doing a good job forcing them to the outside. 20 seconds remaining on the power play for the Cyclones. Just under 2.5 remaining in the first. There's a big hit from Dylan Dix.
Who else?
And Landon Kusick picks off that pass and clears the puck out of the zone. That should just about do it. He makes a nice interception there, takes the puck away, makes a nice move. Landon Kusick still skating, and then it's knocked away by Fanenstein. One man can only do so much. He tried. But what a nice couple of moves by Chelan Kusick. Utah's back to full strength. Pistons out of the box. Kovrik on the far side corner trying to skate through a couple of Utes. Michael comes in to help for Utah. Now it's Light. And Kovrik trying to recover that puck, and then it's taken away by Michael. Now it's Light. Here comes Utah. They skated in. Light fires a wrister, and what a block by Kovrik. He fouls up his shot, and it just goes out of play. But Kovrik makes a nice block, but Light got that puck right back on his stick, fired another shot, and shortly thereafter, it went on a play.
Utah continuing to tally up these beautiful-looking opportunities. And so far, Moen has stood the test of time. He's been a brick wall down there. However, with all these opportunities adding up, again, like you said, there's only so much one man can do.
He tried. I mean, Dents around all those defenders, but, it's tough to do that.
It is definitely a tough task to skate between three people.
Yeah.
Puck's still on stick.
And Shea almost expects to do that. And that's how good he is.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the key pieces, the leading scorer for the Utes.
One-timer from Light is just wide.
But when he's hot, he's a spark plug for the rest of the team to start getting hot.
Jackson over to Michael, who gets a piece of it, so Utah can dump and chase. First period winding down from Salt Lake City.
Final 40.
Goose eggs on the board for both squads so far. Iowa State trying to change that in the final half minute here. Puck's bouncing around in front of Greilich, and he opts to let that one slide to the far side, or the near side rather. Fanenstein, pass over to Schultz. He dumps it in. Greilich comes out and covers it up.
16 left to go in period number one. And Patrick, just want to ask you, what are some of your biggest takeaways so far? What has Utah got to do more of? What do they got to do less of?
I think
to stay in pace.
I think we'll obviously stay out of the box. That obviously is never a good thing, but I don't think it's necessarily a problem. They've taken quite a few penalties, but I think it's this team's disciplined enough to stay out in the next couple of periods, and just keep pressuring the way you are, you're looking good. You just got to break through. Kraft is skating and he loses an edge.
And again, just like we saw last night, all it takes is one, and the floodgates can very well open.
That's right. That was a big hit in front of the Iowa State bench, and with that, the horn will sound. But there are some tensions flaring, and the referee's arm is up. So there will be a penalty called. Oh my goodness! And there will be a penalty on. Oh my goodness! There are punches just being thrown. Oh my goodness! Some big old punches being thrown.
So likely multiple penalties, not just going to be the one.
It'll be both teams going to the box. And that's crazy. Number 28 is the captain. Misconduct. That's Everett Bestland. He's the captain of Iowa State, and I understand you got to stand up for your team, but captains aren't typically the ones throwing punches.
And that's a huge loss for them as well.
Well, I'm not sure if he's DQ'd. I mean, they're going to the locker room anyways. We'll get this all figured out. I assume we won't get this. We will not have this figured out until we come back for the second period. So with that, we'll take a break. We'll have the referees figure out all these penalties at the end here. But after 20 minutes of play from Salt Lake City, we've got zeros on the scoreboard for Iowa State and Utah.
And wow, what a way to come to a close here in period number one.
That's right. If that's any indication to stay tuned, I'm not sure what is. So we'll see you back here in 15 minutes for the second period of play between Iowa State and Utah. It's currently 0-0 here in Salt Lake City. Get a judgment for how each team plays again. There's a shot. What a save by Moen. He scores! Michael Ernest for the Utes gets the Utes on the board. 1-0. His stick breaks that up. There's a rebound in front. Kick save. In Washington and California. Big hit in front of the national tournament held. New teams will do that to you, and all of a sudden we're back at square one. That's right. Jackson to shot the big score. Logan Jackson gets one right back for the Utes. Welcome back to the Utah Hockey Broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Patrick McGann alongside Ellis Beacom. We're getting ready for the second period of play between Utah and Iowa State, where we have a 0-0 game and plenty of penalties on the board. We've got a 2-minute minor against Iowa State, and we've got another 2-minute minor against Iowa State. So the scoreboard right now indicates that we are skating 5-on-3 for Utah, but there is a Ute in the box. So we'll see what all these penalties here. So Besselin roughing 2 minutes. Besselin gets 2 roughing calls, I guess. And then we've got one for Schultz elbowing was the original penalty, I believe. And then Oliver Kraft roughing 2 minutes. So those are all the penalties being called.
Obviously a messy end of that first period came to a close with some fists exchange.
Right.
But overall, I think both teams really happy with where they're at after one period. Obviously, still 0-0, all even on the scoreboard. Both teams feeling very complacent and prized to get on the board first and take an early lead.
So it is a 5-on-3 for Utah. And I think you were right, Ellis. I think Besselin got a disqualification. It's not showing in here, but he's not in the box. 28 is not in the box. So you might have gotten a disqualification from this game. Or he is. I'm sorry, fan was in the way. Never mind, disregard. We've got a fresh sheet of ice, we're underway. Second period of play between Utah and Iowa State. Big chance for the Utes here early on, this 5-on-3. Surprised that it ends up being a 5-on-3 for Utah. Just punches being thrown both ways. It's just, Utah will take it, however.
Again, like we said last period too, it's people don't just throw punches. It's a two-way street.
Right.
Those things don't just spawn out of thin air. It's a long time coming. It's a pressure process.
Lanikusik fires a shot and it hits the iron. Slater skating with it. He has a shot. It's bouncing. And Nelson tries to clear it out. He does so. Utah couldn't quite keep it in the zone. Larilla. Pass over to Erdis. Erdis skating it in. Passes it to Larilla. Larilla trying to find that shooting lane. Lanikusik at the point. Slater. Lanikusik to Larilla.
Deflection on the pass.
Yeah, Nelson's stick broke that up. Lanikusik peels back, has a shot, just wide. Larilla at the point. Fires a shot, stick save by Moen. Lanikusik with some space, fires a wrister, good save Moen, and he is able to cover it up. That's a good job by the goaltender Moen there to ensure no rebound is coughed up.
He's been a vacuum through the
sucking
first
it up,
20 plus minutes of the period, or of the game, excuse me.
Sucking all those rebounds right back into him, which is a good,
especially
good thing for the goaltender.
When you're down 2 men, especially getting that puck and just getting a stop, getting a breather, it'll go a long way.
Langenbrunner, one-timer for Dix, good save by Moen.
Yeah, he's on the maximum suction setting apparently. Nothing getting anywhere near getting by him. Perfect positioning right there. And really an impressive showing from Iowa State's penalty kill unit, especially down 2 men to start the period. It's not an easy task being down 2 in any situation.
Right. 4 seconds left, on that 5-on-3, and it ended up being a good kill for them. So Langenbrunner skates with it behind the net, and both those players out of the box for Iowa State. White fires a shot, hits the side of the net, kicks to the near side. Dix at center ice, over to Jackson. Back over to Dix. Michael at the red line. Skates it in for Utah. Has a wrister.
A shot.
She scores! It gets in! And Benji Michael on senior night gets the Utes on the board.
And what a feel-good goal that's got to be, getting one in, finally getting the monkey off the back, finally getting one on the board, and showing that Moen is human after all.
And yeah, he had a piece of that, and it was just surprised. I thought he gloved it up, and then eventually it found its way in the back of the net. And Moen not too happy with himself right now.
Looked like it took a deflection off the top part of that net, but I mean, man, he's had so many robberies tonight. Can you really blame him for that one?
Yeah, just not enough glove on it for Moen. But Utah, regardless, will take it. And it'll be Utah 1, Iowa State 0 early on here in the second. Gibney for Utah. Over to Donovan. Donovan's in the middle, and Gibney almost had a chance there. He couldn't quite cradle the puck. Noonan fires a wrister, and Moen freezes it up. Good environment here tonight. Great 2 final games here in the SLC Sports Complex. Really packed house. It's loud.
Yeah, what an amazing environment for the final 2 home games for 5 of these seniors. Really cool experience. Definitely a long-lasting memory, I'm sure, for all of these guys.
Absolutely, and giving Iowa State a little taste of the way we play hockey out here in the WCHL. A lot of great environments in the league.
Put some respect on the name, huh?
That's right. Hockey out west. Lorilla Stick handles it. I can't recall if Iowa State's ever played in this building as an M1 program against Utah as an M1 program. This may be their first trip out here. Long saucer pass intended for the stick of Pearson is broken up. And oh my goodness, that is as clear of a penalty as you're gonna get. Noonan was just completely tackled, brought down by Pearson. And
looked like he had string around him. He was all wrapped up.
Yeah, that's right. Utah will go back to the power play. Stuart Pearson, Ames, Iowa product. And referee going to give the call here. Oh, it's a holding call.
Just a tick under 16 and a half minutes left to go, 16:25 to be exact. And that's another big penalty to be taking, especially when you already got a man in the box and you killed the 2 other penalties relatively without breaking a sweat.
So Utah wins the faceoff. They did get a couple of power play goals last night. Dix over to Light. Light over to Jackson. Jackson drops it off for Light. Over to Langenbrunner on the near side. Pass sent towards the middle, goes completely through the zone. For Light to pick it back up. Dix can't quite cradle that puck, forcing a reset for Utah.
Nice pass from Lange right there.
Light will skate it back in. He fires a slap shot. Just wide, it's bouncing around. Iowa State trying to get it out. Utah
helmet.
Can't quite keep it in, but for a second there, Iowa State really couldn't get that puck out of the zone. 1:05 remaining on this Utah power play. Michael fires a wrister, he scores! What a shot from Benji, and he gets the second goal of the game, and he's one away from the Hattie.
And what a way to double down, especially on the power play as well. That was just perfect placement right there. Just a picture-perfect shot in that back right corner of the net. And, he found pretty much the only space on the ice right there in the offensive zone that there was space to work with, and took advantage of it. Doubles down on that Utah 1-0 lead. Call it a 2-0 game with 15:24 to play here in period number 2.
And what a big goal that is for Utah. And Iowa State. And there is a penalty. That one will be called against Utah. Cross-checking is the call. Looks like it'll be Lorilla. He's not happy with the call. But yeah, Utah getting that 2-goal lead with plenty of time left in this contest. I mean, it's been back and forth both nights, but now Utah, getting out in front with 2 goals.
And this is where what you mentioned earlier, the atmosphere comes into play, especially for Iowa State. Like we mentioned earlier as well, it's always tough to come on the road and play any opponent.
Right.
But when they've got a marching band and a packed house and an electric environment, it only makes it more difficult. So Utah, I'm sure, feeling happy with their productivity here in this second period.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's tough to play in an environment like this when you're on the road. It's probably not what you're used to, at least. So now it'll be Iowa State on the power play, a chance to answer. They fire a shot, never gets to the net. Dix takes the puck away, and Utah's not a man rush. They can hurry, but nice poke check from the stick if Besselin knocks it loose off of Dix's stick. Pearson drops it off for Nelson, who will quarterback the breakout on this power play. Pearson skates it in. Mulcairn there for Iowa State behind the net. Mulcairn over to Nelson. Nelson to Pearson.
Oh, beautiful
Trying for the one-timer for Besselin, and it's off the mark.
Boy, that was close to cutting the lead in half.
Pearson at the point. Fires a shot. Good save by Greilich, and it was loose, and Utah able to kick it to the near side. But what a save by Greilich, sprawled out there in the crease.
Acrobatic save, and I'm sure he's thanking his defenseman for clearing that puck out and not allowing them to get the rebound.
Nelson at the point, fires a shot, hits the post, and it's still loose in the crease. Utah able to knock it out.
I'm not sure, but I think that might have hit all 3 posts. If not, well, 2 of them, if not all 3. That was uncanny.
There's a shot, it's deflected wide. Utah slaps that puck, and it does get out. A couple of dangerous chances there for the Cyclones. They're going to skate it in. Utah sends that puck all the way around and out. And now here comes Ernest the other way, shorthanded with some speed, and nice play by Kovrick to knock that puck loose. And now Larilla's out of the box. Utah successfully killing that penalty. Slater hits Kovrick along the boards. In comes Eaton. And Utah kicks it out. Now here comes Slater and Landakusik with some space. It's Slater skating with it over to Landakusik. Fires a wrist, he scores! Che does what Che does. It's 3-0 Utah. What a wrist shot from Che Landakusik.
That's as Che of a play as you're going to see from the point, finding a little bit of open ice to work with and just putting one in the back of the net. You can't give that man that much space.
No, you cannot.
He'll put one on the board in the blink of an eye like we just witnessed.
Makes it look easy, too. I mean, that is...
effortless shot.
That's right. And this place is rocking. Utah completely in control, just rolling in this game.
Yeah, and especially compared to that first period we saw, such back and forth action. Both of these teams really clawing for every opportunity that they had.
And we got
to this.
Have another whistle. Yeah, Iowa State falling further and further behind. They're digging themselves a hole, and Utah just cruising.
Yeah, the old adage, the 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, and now that's up to 3. Certainly makes it a more difficult challenge, but time not a concern. 12:46 left to play here in the second. An entire period left of play following this one.
Some discussion from the referees over on the Iowa State bench as the Cyclones cycle this puck out of the zone. They dump it in. There's a hit there in the neutral zone. And the fans here loving every second of that. the Cyclones at the point. They fire a shot, it's deflected wide, never gets on net. And now Utah will counter the other way. And out comes the puck from the Cyclone zone. Schwartz drops it back, and then it's cleared in. Jackson, a pass over to Light. Light into the zone, fires a shot. Good save by Moen. Yeah, Utah making it look easy now.
And that was another great opportunity there. And that's where they've made their money, is entering the zone. And contrary to last night, where they're working it around and just chittering away, and boom, eventually one can sink after you've established possession and put the pressure up. But tonight, it's more just entering the zone and boom, ripping one off the point, and it's worked 3 times tonight.
Yeah.
So they're looking to only increase that 3-goal lead.
As there's a shot, deflected wide. Yeah, Iowa State's got to be careful to not let this thing get out of hand. They're still in it. Plenty of time. We're not even halfway through the game yet. So that puck goes to the point from Music over to Dix, who fires a wrister, and it's deflected up and out of play. Utah finally kind of exploding and getting on the board. It kind of took a little bit longer to do that last night, but playing their game and, you know, staying disciplined and
you know, that was what was surprising about the beginning of the game, right? Was coming out and a little, I don't want to hesitate to say lackluster, but a little undisciplined, you know, 3 quick penalties, and that was what we saw be the backbreaker for ISU last night. So that was a little bit surprising, but what a great job of rebounding 3 quick goals in succession here in the second and shutting them down in that latter half of the
Kraft.
first.
He fires a shot, and it's deflected by the defender there, but yeah, I mean, really, even when you were playing undisciplined hockey, you still found a way to keep ISU off the scoreboard, and at the moment, you've done a very good job of that.
The scoreboard will show that.
Bisson, big hit in front of the Iowa State bench. As Utah just cruise control right now, they are in complete domination of this game. So now it's Iowa State, that's Eaton. He's hit along the boards, and that, oh my goodness.
Looking like a boarding penalty.
Ooh, a little bit of a soft boarding penalty if you ask me. Or cross-checking penalty is the call, okay.
Is that the call? Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that was too soft for boarding. I guess if you could see extension from the arms there with the stick, you leave the referee an easy choice to call the cross-check. I guess I could see the call there in that circumstance, but now it'll be Bisson for Utah sitting for the cross-check, 2 minutes. There's a shot off the draw. Greilich makes a good save. So it's Iowa State. Eaton on the near side. Dropping it off there. Point pass. Tape to tape it goes. So Iowa State tries to find that shooting lane. Kovrig rips a shot. Good save, Greilich. Eaton. Skating with it. Point pass to Kress. Back to Eaton. Fires a wrist shot, and Greilich makes the save.
Wow, he made that look easier than it was, I'll tell you that much. Man out in front that could have taken a deflection in any direction. Great save, great positioning, great stop.
So just about halfway through the second, Utah laying 3 goals on this period. Minute and 25 remaining on that power play for ISU. Whistle blows, face-off infraction given to Utah.
And like you were saying, we've really seen both sides of the story. You know, that first period, scrapping at the bit just to get opportunities and back and forth. And obviously no goals on the board. Utah coming out with a vengeance in this period, seemingly. They've already put up 3, and they're well poised to try and tack on some more following the expiration of the ISU power play.
Lana Kusick skated around there for a moment to burn some time, then dumped it in. Turnover, it'll be Erdis at center ice, skating it in Sending it over to Chelana Kusick. Trying to go between the legs with the shot. Creative, but doesn't quite go there. 50 seconds remaining on this power play for the Cyclones. They skate it in. Besselin fires a shot, and Greilich makes an excellent save. .46 seconds remaining on that power play for Iowa State. And off the face-off, it'll be Nelson at the point. Dishing it over to Besselin. For the one-timer, just off the mark. Mulcairn there was camped out in a great spot. They sent it towards the net again. Mulcairn trying to slap it home, but it bounced over his stick.
A couple of great looks down in that far corner.
Pearson with Dix on him there. Pearson still skating with it, sends it into the middle. And Iowa State forced to the outside by Utah. Nelson over to Mulcairn. One-timer intended for Besselin, excuse me, and he had that space there. He just didn't rip it quite on target. And Langenbrunner trying to get it to Bisson, who was coming out of the box there, who would have had plenty of space. But we'll have an icing regardless. Bringing the face-off back down to the Utah zone. Different story tonight. Utah really pulling away in the shots on goal department, 28-10, as it shows on the scoreboard now. Shots on goal were pretty even last night for most of the game. I mean, most of the game in general was pretty even.
That third period was really where they put in the money's work and got that straw that ended up breaking the camel's back.
Iowa State skates it in. Good defense from Utah to break up any chance coming from that stint. In come the Cyclones once more. Schwartz out to the point. It's Franey. Sonnegal takes the puck away. Michael trying to find the stick of Jackson. Jackson chases that puck down. Kraft trying to pass it to Schwab there, and it's just off the mark. Schwab in across the blue line. Goes behind the net. And it's taken away by Kovrick in stride. Kovrick trying to make a move past Noonan, and Noonan having none of that.
Just closing him out. What a great effort from Noonan there.
Cyclones setting up here in the Utah zone. Kovrick behind the net. Now it's Eaton sending a centering pass. Pfannenstein stick handling. There's a delayed penalty against the Utes. There's a shot from the point, deflected wide. So now there's a sixth attacker out there for Iowa State. They pull the goaltender, but Utah touches up. And we will have a penalty against the Utes. Another cross-check. Lots of cross-checking penalties tonight.
Yeah, they're adding up, huh?
And this time Dylan Dix will go right back to the box. He's been there once before this evening.
No stranger to that box.
That's right.
They got a good working relationship. And Utah's still perfect tonight on the penalty kill. And I think if Morgan Feeney is going to praise anything about his squad, it's got to be that elite play from the penalty kill unit and the steady progression throughout the game. Similar to what we saw last night. Slow start, started picking it up through the end of that first period. And here in the second, obviously, the door is open. Utah has the foot on the gas, and they're not going to let up.
Nice long discussion there with the officials there from Urtis. We'll have a face-off here in the Utah zone. Iowa State trying to get on the board. Nice play there by Donovan to get that puck out. So he's still putting pressure on Nelson there. It's Bestland over to Pearson. Bestland drops it off for Nelson at the point. Over to Pearson. Shot towards the net and never gets there. Broken up by Jackson in the middle for Utah. Nelson comes and takes that puck away from the scrum, making a couple of moves. There's a shot from the stick of Mulcairn, and it's just wide. Bestland skating with it. Point pass to Pearson. Pearson to Bestland, who rips a wrister. It deflects wide. It sounded like it hit somebody's helmet in the process. Bestland again fires a wrister just wide.
Hit something en route. It definitely did about a 180 on its trajectory.
Mulcairn keeping that puck in the zone for ISU. 50 seconds remaining on the power play for the Cyclones. And Utah is able to take that puck away. Jackson sends it all the way around the boards and all the way down. 35 to go on that power play for ISU. As they have probably one rush remaining on that. So now it'll be Kovrick skating it in. Behind the net he goes. Still skating with it, cycling through the zone. And he loses control of the puck. Music comes in to try and take it away. He's able to get it over to Fenenstein. Eaton spinning around with the puck, and now Dix is out of the box. Utah kills that penalty. Iowa State looking pretty good on that power play, just unable to convert. Couple of chances. Fenenstein with the puck there. Now it's Kovrick to the point. Makes a nice move. Kovrick wrists one, and it's blocked. Landon Kusick almost had a breakaway there. And the goaltender played it right into Landon Kusick, and Landon Kusick couldn't quite cool that puck down. Dangerous play there from Moen. Coming out to play that puck. Landon Kusick was charging. Both players were charging at that puck.
Yeah, that was pretty close. He tried to squeak it through the legs of an approaching Landon Kusick and nearly paid the price for it.
And Utah clears that puck all the way down, and that will result in an icing against the Utes. With just over 4 minutes to be played in the second. Iowa State looking pretty good on that power play, but Utah holding strong, killing it off yet again.
And I mean, that's been the difference so far. They have the 3-goal lead. The penalty kill unit has been out there 8 times tonight, and they are 8 for 8 in not allowing a goal. And when you put up numbers like that, any team is going to have a tough time scoring against that unit.
Yeah, that's right. Kudos to the killing unit tonight for Utah. There's a shot. It's blocked by Bisson. Langenbrunner skating with it, gets the puck out. And that will be blown off sides against Iowa State. Face-off coming to the far offside dot due to where the pass came from. And that will be won by the Cyclones. Langenbrunner playing it to Bisson, who dumps it in. There's a big hit in front of the Utah bench. Carter on Kovrick there behind the play. And that looks like there will be a penalty called on that play.
Iowa State, it up as number 9 if it is going to go, which it looks like it will. And I didn't think they were going to call it initially.
I didn't think so either. I didn't see the official, the trailing official there. It's a good call. It is interference for Carter. 9th penalty of the game for Utah.
An additional 7 from their 2 last night.
Yeah, that is
clearly a dip in the discipline category, but you know, they stand right now in a 3-0 lead. They could certainly be worse considering they've been in the box.
There's a shot ripped right after that face-off. Good save by Greilich. Off that face-off, Utah wins and dumps it out. Guess it's not really a problem for Utah thus far. I mean, if they're able to kill the penalties, you're just going to burn more time in this game. In a game you're already up 3-0.
And their unit has already proven its value 8 times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's something positive to look at going into nationals for this team.
That's a circle it on the scouting report if you're coming in and playing the Utes.
That's right. Donovan, first man in the zone for Utah. Shorthanded. 80 seconds remaining on that ISU power play. Nelson passes it over to Bestland. There's a big hit from Bestland there on Michael. Michael skates it out. White will peel back. Makes a nice move behind the net, going for the wraparound, and the net pops off. .44 seconds remaining on the power play for the Cyclones. And that's a long trip back to Ames to be pondering 2 losses. So expect them to pick it up here late in this game, because you want to get at least 1 win for your efforts for your trip this far out west.
Yeah.
But right now,
do everything you can to give yourself a chance, right? Miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Not that they haven't taken any shots tonight, literally, but the results so far is definitely, it doesn't take a genius to tell you this is not where they want to be. Down 3-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second period. Third period just on the horizon. You never want to flirt with Father Time.
That's right.
And if they're going to do something, it's probably imminent.
Plenty of time left in the game. 22 minutes total. But as you said, Ellis, time is not on their side. They've had some good looks on the power play. So it keeps getting it in. There's a shot, good save by Greilich.
And again, all it takes is 1. You get on the board.
That's right.
Get the monkey off the back, and your chances all of a sudden, your confidence, everything through the roof.
So it's the Cyclones now. Fanenstein trying to find Kovrik. Passes behind Kovrik. They'll have to do some extra work to recover the puck. A scrum ensues there right in front of the scorer's table. And Utah yet again killing a penalty. And that will go for icing against the Utes. Off the draw, puck kicks out towards the boards and gets out of the Utah zone. Fanenstein dumps it in. Dix, man on his back there. Be Schwartz. So Iowa State trying to get more shots on net. Not as effective at doing that tonight as they were last. Puck bouncing around there at the blue line. It's skated in by Millens. He fires a shot patted away by Greilich. Kephart skies that puck up into the air. Bounces around for it to be taken away by Fanenstein. Kress plays out of his own zone. There's a shot from the stick of Millens. It's just wide.
Final 10 seconds from the Salt Lake County Sports Complex, and we'll get a quick stoppage. Puck rolls out of play.
And get a fresh puck
for these final
6 seconds.
6 seconds. And again, can't stress enough how impressive it's been to see these guys mold together, and really as the season's gone on, start stringing together some impressive performances and working together as a unit. They've started a little bit slower tonight, and they really honed in and figured it out this last period stretch.
And some talking there after the horn, but not quite as much post-whistle activities as we saw at the end of the first period. But for Utah, it's a successful second period. They get 3 goals, and they're looking a lot better, Ellis.
Yeah, they sure are. I think going to the locker room right now, Coach Feeney is probably looking to just salt this one away, right? Got a comfortable lead. 3 goals is not going to go away in the blink of an eye like 1 goal would.
Right.
And I think you got to be really, really happy with that effort that they put up, especially towards the end of the period. Yes, the discipline might be somewhat of an issue, might be something you want to refine before heading to nationals. But overall, three-goal lead and 1 full period left to play. Still got a shutout intact. I think you got to be very happy with their overall effort.
Absolutely, can't say any better myself, but what I will say is that we'll head to the second intermission. We've got the final 20 minutes of the Utah Utes regular season here on the Utah Hockey Broadcast Channel, so stay tuned. We'll be back in 15 minutes to bring you the final period from senior night here in Salt Lake City. It's Utah 3, Iowa State 0 at the second intermission. Welcome back to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. It's Patrick McGann alongside Ellis Beacom. It's Iowa State, it's Utah. We're getting ready here for the third period of play between the Cyclones and the Utes. It's the Utes with a 3-0 lead after a fantastic second period from the home side.
And it's been a yin and yang story we've seen so far. I mean,
that's right.
Not a whole lot of scoring action in that first period, obviously. 0-0 at the end of one. But 3 goals put up by Utah in that last period, and really, they largely dominated in the possession game. It's been a large part of why they are exactly where they are right now.
And at this point, you finish strong, and if this result holds, it's more likely than not that Utah will be going to nationals. It's almost a given. So there's a shot, good save by Moen. Utah still pressing here, and then Moen covers it up. But for Utah, just want to take a second to mention that it would be a massive result for this win and going to nationals for the first time as an M1 program. And a lot of people behind the scenes, the coaching staff obviously, and the players, general manager AJ Bolden, they're all people who have helped move this team forward to where it is today. And it really, really, really is something special to see.
And an accomplishment just like that is, I mean, it shows a testament to all their hard work, you know? It shows that all the work they've been putting on is paying off.
And we'll have a frozen puck. But yeah, as you say, Ellis, I mean, it is a testament to a lot of hard work and a lot of ugly years. There's growing pains, and we see that with the teams that always move up from M2 to M1. There are the growing pains for a couple seasons, the painful years of just getting the brakes beat off you for a lot of games.
On the bright side, the only direction you can go when you're at rock bottom
is up. That's right.
And they've certainly taken a quick ascension. I'm sure they're very happy with the way they've been playing of late.
I really think so, yeah. And it's been special to watch. I mean, you're dominating a top 25 team tonight, and with 2 top 10 wins in the last 2 weeks, it's something special. So Iowa State skates in, and they have a chance. It's deflected wide. Puck point pass. Fendenstein over across the zone, and Utah will break it up. But also, we'll take time here in the third period as well to recognize those 5 seniors. Dylan Dix, Benji Michael, Logan Jackson, Chelan Akusik. All fantastic players for this team and contributing in so many ways. Also Cole Music as well. They are the definition of leaving the jersey in a better place. And a lot of those players started right around the time that I started, and seeing the way that they brought this team into what it is today, it's incredible. And they deserve a lot of credit for this team going to nationals this year and for the success that we'll see in future years. Dylan Dix knows what it's like to lose to UNLV 9-2. So does Logan Jackson, Cole Music, all these guys. And they are those critical building blocks that brought this team to where they are today. And they cannot be thanked enough. And just from the program, on behalf of the program, I guess we could say up here, thank you to those players, because they embody what it means to wear the jersey. They are great leaders.
Utah man.
That's right. And Cole Music, Dylan Dix, Logan Jackson, Benji Mickle, Chelan Akusik, and not only are they those great leaders, but man, they are really, really darn good hockey players as well.
They're cool people too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's not forget.
And Chelan Akusik, some of the most unbelievable stuff you'll see just in some of these broadcasts. You go back and look, you can make a highlight reel of some of the stuff he's done.
I was just going to say the human highlight reel.
Right.
It's a fitting name for him.
And so it's really tough to watch these players go, especially, you know, I'm losing. The team's kind of turning over since I've seen this, since I've started working with the team. And it's exciting, though, because you've got so many talented players that are in good hands moving forward. And
totally.
Just wanted to, yeah.
Seeing them in the hands of these seniors has got to be just a very safe feeling. You know that they're going to develop the way that you want them to. And I bet it's just been an amazing experience to see these guys go from really young men to full-on Utah men and really find their shells with the Utah hockey team.
That's right. Yeah, so just wanted to take a moment there to just thank those players and talk about how much they mean to this program, because obviously seniors mean a lot to the program when they leave, and senior night's an emotional night and all of that, but these players are especially important and meaningful to this program for what the service they've provided, and it will never be forgotten. I mean, they'll be the players that are that bridge. There's the players that played at the beginning of that M1 transition that were M2 to M1, and then these kind of group of guys, these 5 guys, are the guys that were only M1 guys, but they kind of saw it from the bad, the days where they weren't playing so hot at the M1 level to now contending for a national tournament appearance, and it looks like they're going to be rewarded with an appearance in St. Louis. And
I think it brings up a great point of when you get that experience, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, it's further experience you can pass to the next generation. These guys are more experienced than the last group of seniors before them, and hopefully the next group beyond them is going to be better prepped to do the same exact thing. And yeah, it's a great cycle that they've got going currently.
Garlick there making a nice save, but that's right. Yeah, the cycle it's strong, and of course the recruiting work done by the coaching staff has been fantastic as well. And hockey has been really only on the upswing since they've moved up to M1. You were at rock bottom, and now you're going to nationals, and so just taking a moment to acknowledge that this nationals appearance for Utah will be historic, a huge accomplishment. It's been many years in the making. In the last 2 seasons in a row, they have literally been the last team out because of auto bids. They were very, very close, and not making excuses. It happens, and it's painful, but they're looking like 2 wins in a row to cap it off. It's more than likely they'll be going to St. Louis, and congratulations to these players and these coaches. It's special, and it's nationals are every single year.
Accomplishments like that are culture changers, and the guys who drive the culture change are these seniors who stand at the top and are the great leaders of the team. They get everybody on the same page, and their value to this team cannot be underestimated, cannot be understated.
That's right. Nice move there by Chelan Akusik as he skates with it. Fires a shot, it's intercepted. And so just to cap it off, just want to say thank you, Che, Dylan, Logan, Cole Music there, and Benji Michael. Thank you to all those players.
And for all the work that they've put in to change, to make it exactly like you said, make it a better program now than it was when they first got here.
That's right.
And that's the hope, right? To get a little bit better every single day.
Yep.
And keep improving your craft, and they've certainly been heating up down the stretch.
That's right.
We've seen that improvement.
That's right. And those players make our job easy when they're dangling and putting in beautiful goals. I mean, it makes our job a lot more fun when they're
the saucer
doing what they
passes.
Do.
Yeah, totally. When they're showing it off. To all of us lucky fans who get to watch.
That's right. I'm sure they'll be no strangers to the program moving forward. They'll be around, but they will be missed. And thank you to those 5 for all the time and work you put into the program. There's one of those seniors, Dylan Dix, on the far side in a scrum. Looks like it's Michael coming out to help him too. And looks like got 3 of those seniors out there, Music, Michael, and Dix. Is that scrum really just hard to break up? Puck does eventually pop out. Light skates it in, over to Langenbrunner. There's Michael, peels back, sends it across the zone. Larilla. Langenbrunner on the near side half boards. Fires a shot, it's blocked, and does go up and out of play. 13 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the 3rd period. And also, fan appreciation as well. This is our last broadcast for the M1 team, so we just want to thank you all season long for tuning in and supporting the team.
Bittersweet.
Yeah, that's right. It goes by
That's exactly
so fast.
what you said it, my man. Like, it hits you one day, and boom, all of a sudden the season is over.
Yeah. There's a shot, good save by Greilich. Oh, one-time pass sent to the middle. There's a shot just wide. Iowa State laying it on here, really trying to break through. And Utah takes it away. Larilla dumps it high into the air. And that will go for icing. Yeah, thank you for tuning in all season long. We're looking forward to being back for next season. We do have broadcasts on this channel next weekend. It'll be the WWCHL playoffs and conference tournament. We will be broadcasting that on the Utah Hockey YouTube channel as we are the hosts here in Salt Lake City. As the W1 team also looks to go to nationals for the first time. They would do so by winning that tournament.
It's a lot like pulling off the Band-Aid with getting into nationals. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, with just getting it done, you know, it sets things up for the future, and it changes the narrative completely. You've now done it. You know you can do it.
And as GM AJ Bolden has said, his I guess goal / dream would be to book 90 plane tickets. Oh my goodness, there's some
extra
tension after the whistle here. Is smart for Larilla to skate away from that, or excuse me, Noonan. Yeah, that was a little shove after the whistle, but we'll get some penalties called here. And it looks like Carter will go to the box for Utah, and number 88 there for Iowa State. Yeah, Utah, Dylan Dick's not happy with the call against his team. Looks like he's just explained to the officials that how can we be flagged for something that was so blatant after the whistle.
In our own end of the ice.
Right. I feel like a lot of those conversations are, your player, basically what I got from that, just seeing the interaction, was Dixon saying, how can you call that? I mean, there was a blatant hit after the whistle, and the referee says, well, your player did this to retaliate, and Dylan Dick says, we can't just let our guys go down like that. I mean, what, you got to help us out. We got to defend our team, and I think that's more or less how those conversations typically go. And
I think you hit it right on the nose. That was just about.
That's what I think, at
pretty
least.
much mic'd up. That's about as close of an account as we're going to have, considering they're not mic'd up on the ice. Something along those lines.
I think, yeah, something similar. Just, you know, got to help us out here. We can't just let that happen. But regardless, we're 4-4 skating here, as we have many times this game before. Here comes Landon Kusick. He'll be sure to use that extra space. Curtis behind the net, trying to send it to the middle.
Boy, he is heat-seeking on that puck, man. Curtis always in a defender's face.
Yeah, he's a talented player, and he'll be one of those players that kind of, you know, takes what he learns from these seniors and
only continues to develop.
Right. Very talented player. Would not be surprised to see the C on his jersey next season. Pass over to Landon Kusick. He makes a nice move. He's still stick handling. My goodness, he just looks so poised with the puck. Sends it to the middle, hits Urtis. Landon Kusick trying to pop that puck up on his backhand. He gets immediately hit off that possession. So Iowa State flips it up into the air and out of the zone. And now here comes Michael, skates it in for the hat trick. He scores! It's a hat trick for the senior! What a night for Benji!
Oh, that's amazing. Just like they drew it up at the intermission, right?
That's right. On his senior night, final home game, in front of all the home fans, Benji Michael with the hat trick.
And yet another fast break goal for Utah. They've been doing it all night long. And that's a really encouraging sign. You always want to take advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. And obviously, just getting a step there and going with it. What an amazing job.
What a game for 29 in white. He is closing out his career here on home ice in the best way he could even imagine. Finding the time and space and
the back of the net.
Yeah, that really, with 11 minutes in this game, there's still a lot of time, but effectively.
That's a gut punch.
Yeah, it is. The game is effectively been put on ice there by the Utes.
Still a bevy of time for the Cyclones to try and mount a comeback. Yeah, however, the way that the Utes have been playing the last few periods, the time is running thin on them.
That's right. There was almost another breakaway chance for Michael. The pass just missing his stick from his teammate, and that will force an icing.
And man, as great of an invention as the nets are for keeping fans and every entertainer safety in the stands and rafters, it really does suck that you don't get to see hats on the ice like you used to.
Yeah, that's right. It's some of the fans
one
tried.
downside.
Yeah,
I guess saying camera quality, but yeah, a give and a take.
It's hard to get those hats high enough over the netting. Some people got them up and over, but yeah, it's.
I would think the frisbee toss is the strategy, right?
Yeah,
Bill first, let the Bill lead.
That's when all the nosebleed seats have the advantage in this case. Slater skates in, he fires a shot, good save Mo, and it pops out. Michael slaps a shot, almost there for number 4. Although I say nosebleed seats, that's kind of a derogatory term, I guess, as long as we skate 5-on-5. There's not a bad seat in the house here. But the higher up you are, better chance you've got it frisbeeing that hat over that netting.
The high ground advantage, as they call it.
That's right. Iowa State really just struggling to get anything started. There was a couple of power plays in the second period where they looked really good, but nothing came of that. Credit to the Utes for killing those power plays and just stifling any of that momentum they could build.
Totally.
And, since then, it's just kind of been nothing doing for Iowa State. And credit that to Utah.
For shutting them down before they could hit their stride. I mean,
that's
you're
right.
Totally right. They really did look like they were putting something together. Had that power play where they almost scored. Had that second opportunity where they were inches away again. And, it's a 4-2 versus 4-0 is a completely different game. So we're going to have to wait and see how this one shapes up. But some crucial penalty killing throughout the game from Utah. Considering how many they've taken as well, it's certainly accomplished in its own right.
There's a shot. Greilich covers it up, no problem. But yeah, for Utah, it's kind of a two-faced coin here. It's the, stay disciplined, stay out of the box, go to nationals, right? If you take penalties, they've proven that they can kill at a very elite level, but staying out of the box in the first place, elimination, I guess, is the
best
proper
case scenario
term.
in the first place. But when it's not possible, that you do have that safety net.
Right, exactly.
You never want to be reliant on that. You shouldn't be planning to take penalties. You shouldn't be planning
just
for the
to kill
box.
them. Right.
Yeah, totally.
Elimination is your best control. And yeah, for Utah, staying out of the box would be great at nationals, but you've proven you're solid at killing. But of course, you'll play teams better than Iowa State at nationals, and that's not a slight to Iowa State. That's just saying, at nationals, you're going to be playing the big dogs, and they're going to have good power play units, and so staying out of the box will be important.
The winning formula stays similar across all formats for every sport, So when one team does something well, like the Utes having a great penalty kill unit, you can expect just about every team they're going to be playing against to have just as good of a penalty kill unit.
Exactly. That's right. That's exactly right. Take the positives away that you can, but at the same time, don't be reliant on it. And of course, play a disciplined game. Last night they played a very disciplined game. They stayed out of the box. Tonight, a lot more trips there, but obviously hasn't been
been their
to hurt them.
Achilles just yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Puck's bouncing around there in the neutral zone. Schwartz will skate it in, and it's knocked out of the zone by Utah. Just a top to bottom, start to finish, great game played by the home side tonight. They did what they were supposed to do, and
I would completely agree. I mean, it was a great showing that they had tonight, and I think if you take away some of those penalties, it's pretty close to a perfect showing.
That's
they
right.
showed out in front of the home crowd, and it's packed in, and they've got the marching band playing, catered to them. It's a fun night for these guys, and it's a night that they wanted to win, and they're showing that. They've been showing it through the first 3 periods.
That's right. Looking very good. And, you know, I say this jokingly, I'm a pretty big, I guess, I don't know if Homer would be the word for it, but big, you know, I love the WCHL, I love the conference Utah plays in. Got a lot of conference pride. It's very talented, and this is not a conference game nor a conference opponent. And it's almost just going to show you that not playing in the conference is kind of like a break for your team because it's so tough playing in those conference games. Gephardt fires a shot just wide. But, I mean, those conference games are tough. Very, very tough. You are playing, I mean, just the top talent night in, night out. Got some post-whistle activities yet again. Utah would be smart enough to just skate away from these and, you know, don't commit any unneeded penalties here down the stretch. And we'll face off in the Iowa State zone with exactly 8 minutes to be played. Utah nearly doubling up Iowa State on shots tonight.
Completely different narrative from last night, I will say that much.
There's a puck thrown towards the net, and Moen will make the save and cover it up.
However, at the end of that contest last night, Utah did start dipping into that shots on goal category a lot more.
That's right.
In that first period here today, I mean, slow start, like we've said, but Utah quickly started to go out in getting offensive opportunities and getting shots on net, and it reflects with the shots on goal category.
That's right. I mean, they are looking sharp tonight. Just taking control, and it's a team, like we were saying last night, I don't think we've mentioned it tonight yet, but a team that's getting hot at the right time, and a team you might not want to see
Frisky,
starting nationals.
Man. Frisky, dangerous.
Here comes Light with some space,
pass.
trying to send it back to Michael. Good division there for Michael to find Light open, just ran out of space.
Yeah, that was just a great touch right there to feed it out in front of him and let it come to him.
Schultz spins it around the boards. Besland. Back to Kress. Schultz sends it in.
From the center line.
Yeah, Greilich will cover that one up.
The half-court shot.
I mean, if that's all you got, that's all you got. Sometimes they go in, right?
Yeah. 1 in 100, right? Every once in a while.
So it'll be Larilla sending it all the way out of the zone for Utah. Slater chases after it to try and prevent that icing, but it will be blown down as an icing for Utah. That's what's got to make a coach happy. I mean, both nights for the most part, I'd say more so tonight, but up and down the ice, knowing you're the better team, on paper at least, and just outplaying him in every facet of the game. Every single facet of the game, outplaying your opponent. I'm sure those negatives the coaching staff will take away, as that's their job, is to find what you can improve on. But at the end of the day, they're doing everything right.
Yeah, and it's one thing to have the confidence to win championships. It's one thing to have that confidence that you need to be able to go and beat any opponent that you're put up against every single week. And it's another to actually go out there and act on it and show your identity as a team and show your cohesivity and go and get it done. And they've taken care of business so far tonight. 6.5 still left to play, but it has definitely been a Utah-sided affair through the first 3 quarters of the game.
Yeah, what? Just yeah, very pleasing game if you're the coaching staff, and some positives you could take away to carry into nationals. Larilla, pass over to Urtis. Urtis skates it in with some space. He's got Slater. Slater winds up a wrister. What a save by Moen. Great setup there from Utah. Can't tee it up any better than that, but Moen just makes an incredible save with his glove.
Boy, and a ton of net open there. Look, at least from up here, looked wide open, and Moen just shut down the opportunity. A great job to throw the body at the puck instead of staying pervasive in the back of the net, and he got the stop with the glove.
Sunigal off the draw has a shot. It's sticked away by Moen. Sunigal over to Schwab. Centering pass is picked off by Franey. Noonan keeps it in, has a shot, and Moen will cover it up. So usually I'll do a little what's next for this team, but that's it. This is the last game of the season. What's next is nationals, and so basically it's do or die from here on out, win or go home. And
so hopefully this is 1, 2, and a whole lot more wins coming up in a long successive line.
That's right, and that's why nationals at the ACHA level, it is a grind. I mean, in the NHL, of course, you've got the best of 7, 4 rounds to win the Stanley Cup.
But the NHL obviously known for having those playoffs that, I mean, it's a whole process in itself. It takes months to get through those playoffs.
Right, 2 months, but here it's different because it's, you know, you can't go back and get up after a loss. You've got to be perfect, and that's what makes it so tough, and that's why the best team doesn't always necessarily win at ACHA Nationals, because you've got to go on an incredible run. I mean, wins, I believe it's got to be at least, I guess it depends on where you are in the bracket, but, you know, 5 or 6 games you might have to win it all, and, you know, you've got to go on a nice run. And for Utah, like we're saying, they're peaking at the right time. They're getting hot. They're on the upswing.
They're trending in the right direction at just the perfect time.
Right.
Things are heating up.
There's a dirty play behind the whistle. Behind the play, excuse me.
Things are really heating up.
Yeah, for Utah, just skate away. No need. As me and Anita usually say, just skate away from this stuff. Don't lower yourself to that level at this point. No need. You don't want to get a suspension. Cross-checking is the penalty, and Utah will go to the power play.
So an opportunity for the old consolation goal, I guess, for Utah. I'm sure they're looking more to milk that timeout. 4:34 left here in period number 3.
And you see all 5 seniors on the ice. Jackson, Michael, Music, Dick, Slanakusik. Great move by the coaching staff. Just letting them soak it up.
Get as many minutes as possible, yeah. Especially on that line together. This guy's been here from the start. All of those guys together.
Right. And which is great, because if any one of them scores, it's a great way to cap off their career.
Totally. I'm sure the guy who scored is going to be just as excited as all 4 of his teammates on the ice as well. That's right. And vice versa.
But great to see these 5 guys get to play together on the ice one more time. Down the stretch here, Dix fires a shot just wide. We've already talked about how much they mean to this program, but it's really kind of cool to see them all playing on the ice together just as we started the game, kind of winding it down with all the seniors on the ice. So there's Michael up along the boards, leaves it for Music. Music a centering pass, didn't get all of it, it's taken away. And Iowa State's gonna skate it back the other way. Try and burn some more time on this kill for them. And now Utah will be called for a penalty. Logan Jackson will go to the box. Not sure what the call will be, but
It's gonna be
it's a
tripping.
trip. Oh my goodness, okay. Wasn't expecting that to be the call, but regardless, we'll have 4-on-4 hockey yet again. Logan Jackson will get to spend some more time in that home penalty box before he calls it a career here.
Lots of warm memories in there and lots of cold ones.
That's right. There's a shot. Good save by Breilich. So now Iowa State trying to get something started here. Trying to find a way to get something on the sheet for tonight, but Utah trying to keep it clean. Carter, he's got Pearson behind him. And now it'll be Fenenstein, tape to Nelson. And it's knocked loose by the Utes. That's Bisson.
Great poke just to keep it in their end of the ice and eat up as much of that time as possible. They've proven how good their penalty kill unit has been all night long, and they're about to get an opportunity to do it again in just a few seconds.
Yeah, Utah looking to make it perfect. This is their 10th kill.
I think that, yeah, this is double digits, number 10.
Langerbrunner cycles back. 45 seconds here for Iowa State on their power play. And we get a tipped puck out of play. So faceoff will stay in the Utah zone. .38 seconds remaining on the power play here for Iowa State.
This is actually penalty number 11 on the night, so they've been in double digits.
So even if you give one up, your percentage is still
phenomenal.
Phenomenal, right. There's a shot, well wide. And I believe this might be Iowa State's last series of the season as well. I mean, like we said, they played a lot of road games at the end. It's a drag. It's tough to play 4 road weekends in a row. I mean, this team did it in the fall. That's more than a month being away from home ice. It's not easy.
I'm trying to deal with heckling fans of opposing teams and other atmospheres from other rinks on the road. Never an easy thing to do to try and compete as the road warrior.
Right. And then the environments last couple nights have been fantastic. Some of the best I've seen, and it just makes it that much tougher.
It really does. And when Utah gets hot, it makes it that much tougher to stop them. Then you got an entire 100 decibel room full of people losing their heads with passion for the team, and it creates a really intimidating atmosphere for other teams to come in and play in.
Absolutely. There's Jackson, nice little fake there. Schwab skates it in. Schwab, nice couple of moves, sending it towards the net, just wide. So we head into the final minute and change here in Salt Lake between Iowa State and Utah. It's a big hit on Schwab behind the play. One minute to go. There's a shot sticked away from Moen. Schwab will skate it in with some space, breaks through. Schwab makes a nice move. He shoots. Oh, what a save by Moen.
Oh my goodness. Acrobatic stop. That was pretty amazing.
One-timer for Gephardt and a good save again by Moen. He is getting his money's worth tonight. My goodness. He is faced now, I guess, 38 shots. It's a lot of shots to face for a goaltender in one night. So it looks like for Utah, it'll be the first time in, excuse me, in program history, they will be headed to the M1 National Tournament as we wind down here in Salt Lake City.
Final 20 seconds.
Iowa State looking to push down the ice for the final time. They skated in as Pearson has a shot just wide. Under 10 seconds to go.
Under 5 seconds to go.
And the clock's gonna wind down. Play it loud and play it proud. Utah Pep Marching Band, the Utes with the shutout. Joey Greilich, clean sheet, brick wall. 0 goals given up against the Iowa State Cyclones, and Utah victorious big time over ISU by a final score of 4-0.
Well, they hit him with the clean sweep, Patrick, and
get the brooms out.
Get him out, man. Get him out quick. And these guys are fired up. These guys are ready. And what an amazing opportunity it is to come and try and win on a night like senior night, to do it in front of a crowd like this and with as much pride as there is in here. It's got to be incredibly good for confidence purposes, for morale purposes, for everything, as the most important parts of the season are still right in line just ahead of us.
That's right, and give this team some credit. Joey Greilich as well. 1 goal given up, or excuse me, 2 goals given up.
Yesterday, yeah.
2 goals given up yesterday, 2 goals given up on the entire weekend. That is incredible. What an amazing weekend for Utah. Sweeping the top 25 Iowa State Cyclones. And this team is more than likely booking tickets to St. Louis to play for their first ever M1 National Tournament.
It's a where were you moment. Mark it in your calendar.
That's right. February 17th, 2024, Utah punches their tickets. This place is up for grabs. Fans enjoying every second of this. We just want to thank you so much for tuning in this weekend and all season long on the broadcast. It's been an absolute pleasure.
What an amazing year it's been.
It's been a great year, and we can't wait to bring you more hockey this fall. It'll be here before you know it. But that's all the time we have left on this broadcast, folks. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. For everybody behind the scenes, for Ellis Beacom, for myself, Pat McGann, we're signing off from 4,500 feet here in Salt Lake City. It's the Utes getting the victory by a score of 4-0 over the Iowa State Cyclones. We'll see you in St. Louis, Utah, getting the big victory. Have a great night, folks. Utes win.